guys, welcome to the HVAC Diaries. The HVAC Diaries is sponsored by New Calgon. How are you guys this week? This week was a short week with two major holidays. Well, just one for us. We had Canada Day on July 1st, and of course it's Independence Day on July 4th. And I actually took that day off for like a personal day for some errands and some personal stuff. So I was down 2 days this week, but I do have lots of adventures to take you on, so let's go. This week we went back to the packaging factory where they've got a number of different big printing machines. And just like last week where they had some like water flow issues, they had the same water flow issues on a different unit.
I don't know if they put stored water in there or not.
One of the processes on this printing machine is a UV coating process, and this chiller serves that UV coating machine.
But unlike last week where we found the glycol and water tank a little bit low, this time we actually found an intermittently faulty paddle flow switch. Every few tests, it would just be open circuit. It wouldn't actually make contact. And then every other few ones, it would work fine.
You can see it's faulty though, because it's catching every now and then.
So they just can't have that kind of intermittent fault. So they're going to order some new parts directly from the manufacturer of their printing machine. And we'll go in and replace it when it comes.
All right, you guys, it's actually 30 degrees here today, and I am sweating already, and my phone keeps overheating and just stopping. So I am going to record this vlog inside my home this time, which is not ideal, but I'm actually sweating like a crazy person and my phone is not dealing with it very well, so let's go.
Hey guys, I'm back. I'm sitting at my dining room table. Actually, here, look at my beautiful orchid. Oh, isn't she so pretty? Okay, back to the vlog. Let's go. This week we also looked at an undercounter ice machine at a little coffee shop.
This machine is in pretty bad shape.
Yeah, that looks healthy.
That's not good at all.
It just stopped pumping water. It was still freezing, like the evaporator plate was still freezing. You could see the frost build up onto it, but no water was like going through the pump. So we investigated it. We took everything apart. We investigated it.
Okay.
And it turns out that the control board actually wasn't sending power to that water pump. The water pump itself is okay, but the control board seems to be faulty. But unfortunately, it's a really old machine, so the parts are obsolete. So I had to do a bit of investigation and digging in the parts breakdown. That ice machine that we were looking at is an old obsolete one. So I'm just looking through this parts breakdown, which is actually pretty cool because it explodes out into all the various parts. So I need, not this one. Oh, this is the one. So I need this part right here, number 1. So I'm gonna grab that part number, and I already know that this is an obsolete part number, but we'll copy and paste it anyway. Bam. Let's see. $1,200. unlikely. And then every resource online pointed me back to the same ordering place, and the control board itself, just the control board, is over $1,200. And considering the condition of that ice machine, to throw $1,200 into it, that's before labor and all of that, is literally just for the pot, and that's our cost. It just may not be worth it. So she is investigating on whether she would rather replace the unit with a new one or sink money into it and repair it. And of course, it's summertime, so everyone wants ice drinks, and now she is with ice. Now she is without ice. We had to go back to our Tim Hortons location in downtown Vancouver. It's my least favorite place to work. We service 2 different locations downtown, and they're both the worst. This room up here is a storage room for whatever, everything. And this is actually cleared out. They cleared a path from the door so that I can get to that defrost timer over there. Yeah, this is cleaned out. This is better than it has been before. It's ridiculous. So we've been having a bit of issues with their walk-in freezer because the equipment there is just not maintained. They just refuse to maintain it. And so it's kind of like we're just kind of limping it along indefinitely. So we're having trouble with the defrost timing. And so we adjusted it a little bit too far over. So it was like over defrosting, if you know what I mean. So it would create a bunch of water and then that would drip outside of the evaporator. So we went there to adjust it back a little bit. So Trev and my dad increased the defrost times last time they were here just to like get rid of some extra ice. But we don't need those anymore. So I'm just gonna put them back to where they were before. Oops, daisy. Just gonna click that off. Click this one off as well. 1, 2. Oh no, we need 3. We need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're so tiny. There. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 4. This one's got 5. Dude, these refrigerant pipes are gonna get wrecked. I'm standing on them. I didn't realize I was standing on them. But that's not good. I hate this place. I hate this place. We did an HVAC maintenance service at a really fancy furniture place.
Okay.
So they called us for a service, but they were like, we're having some issues with the AC. And it's just so funny the way that people like say that to you. I get a text message saying, oh, you know, our customers are unhappy and, you know, staff are complaining and la la la. So when we go there, we checked everything out and we found one of the units was locked out and the other one had a loose V-belt. So it wasn't, anyway. Oh my goodness, why are you broken? Wow, that's
That
really
sounds like
eating
unhappy
it.
bearings.
So we say to the guy, like, it looks like your units haven't been working for quite a while, and they were like, oh yeah, no, they haven't been working for weeks. But your text message was so urgent, like, okay. Anyway, so what we found there was that the fire damper going downstairs was actually closed. It was shut. they've got a little fusible link. It's like this little metal piece of metal thing. That every once in a while it'll just fail. It breaks. So then the fire damper snaps closed and then it doesn't let any air through. There's no airflow. So what we have to do is push that baffle back. It's like an accordion. Push it back and then attach it to the one side with that little metal piece. It's a fusible link. But in order to do that, you have to be able to get your head and your shoulders to be able to get that, because the fire damper is pretty strong. You can't, it's a strong, it closes with some pretty forceful spring, like, and then it just stays there. And so you got to force it back and then hold it there while you're getting your little link on. Anyway, it's a mission, and with what they've built around it, it's just inaccessible. So before, this big old pink wall didn't exist, and we have to get inside there. We basically have to get our whole shoulders and neck and head and everything into this space so then we can put that little fusible link in there. But we literally have to go through this tiny little hole. I mean, what? This job without this pink thing is tricky as it is because the opening is so small and the damper inside is so heavy that you have to push it to the side. You have to push it to that side and then hold it in place while you attach the little fusible link in there. And like literally my small arm can fit in there, but I need like 3 arms and a shoulder. And this stuff is freaking sharp too. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can grab the old fusible link as a start. I got it. Okay. Now, the next question is, can I push it? I need to see. So I need to put this little doodad onto my new one and then hook that over the little hook thing there. Alright, there you go. So we gave it a good try, but we ended up failing. We were just unsuccessful. All right, Trev's gonna try his luck next with his long, strong arms.
So it's gonna be, I got a game plan.
You have a plan? All right.
No, I gotta plan it first.
Trevor and I both literally had bruises on our biceps there for a good solid week.
So we've asked them to cut away more of an access door. They've left us these little tiny panels, which are laughable. So they actually did cut them away. And the day that I took off, the July 4th, my dad and my brother went back there and they fought with it and they got the damper open with that extra piece cut away. But yeah, like, people are so quick to build things around mechanical stuff, not really considering that it has to be serviced. My big story for this week is the LG ductless split system that we installed in somebody's home. Our job site is right near a local airport, We've had these little tiny planes flying over all day long. They're so cute. They just purr along. And generally we don't install units in homes, in residential places. But this one was for the guy who, the maintenance guy at the office where we do all of those water source heat pump units. We've done so much work for them. This feels almost like a personal favor to install an AC in the hottest part of the summer. Every year we say we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that in the middle of summer. And every year we seem to have a big installation on the hottest day. Another thing is that we very rarely work in attic spaces at all. But this time we had to run our line sets through the attic. And the attic is, I don't know, at least 130 degrees Fahrenheit up there, I think. You go up there and you're just in the attic for 30 seconds and suddenly you're just sweating like a crazy person.
Well, maybe we should just rest this on the insulation and that'll gain us a couple of feet.
Whew, and then having to heave a line set through the whole thing and having insulation everywhere. It was a tough day. It was a very tough day. So we installed a unit in their formal living room and also in their master bedroom. And yeah, it was tough.
Trevor and I very carefully carried up the condensing unit up those stairs.
Let's see what we're up against here. Alrighty.
So we basically have to pull two sets of line sets from the one side of the house across to almost the other side. One to the living room and one to the bedroom.
Cool.
Trev's just clearing a path in the insulation. We borrowed a little broom from the lady. And just after CMPX at the beginning of the year, DeWalt sent me this really awesome work light. And this is the first opportunity we've had to use it, and it's pretty sweet.
All right. He made it in there somehow.
So now that we have a game plan and Trevor's in place, we're starting to put our line set together. We always put our two pipes together, and then along with our control cable and drain line. And then we zap strap them as far as we can so we can just send it all as like one little package. We've cut a little hole in the soffit, and that's where we're going to go up into the attic. And this is the only video I took of us working in the attic because it was just so hot and uncomfortable.
All right, we've run most of our line set up through the hole and then through the attic. But the problem is that we've actually run out. We're gonna have to make a join here, which kind of sucks. It's not what we were hoping for.
In the meantime, we can mount our two indoor units. So we ran out of pipe for that job. We had a 50-foot pipe. We've got actually two runs to make. We've got two indoor heads to install. And we thought they were 50-foot runs, but they're like 58 feet. So I've come to RSL to grab another bunch of refrigerant pipes. Okay, I'm back with the goods, and Trevor's already brazed in those pipes. Oh, look, another plane. Trev's got the first indoor unit all hooked up. Here, he's just left the electrical and drain for me to do. I still can't get over how tiny this little condensate pump is.
All right, I've almost finished wiring in power and communication and this little pump. And then I'll clean this all up, tuck it all in.
Now we're getting started on the second line set, just building that same little package. We're going to send it through the attic. I made a little bit of a mess in their bedroom, but we got the mounting plate ready for the second unit. The second line set was run through the attic. Trust me when I say it was very uncomfortable. And now we're just finishing up outside, making things look nice and neat. The bedroom unit is now ready to be wired in, so I'm going to do that right now. All right, we've got electrical and controls all done. We've got the condensate pump wired in. I just have to finish off the piping on the little drain condensate pump, and then we're done in this guy. All tucked in. Some nice trunking to cover it all. Just wiring up the outdoor unit now.
Okay.
And now we feel that sweet, sweet, sweet cold air. All right, we are all finished here. Everything is nicely buttoned up and covered. She's purring, 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 like those little airplanes flying over. There she is. No planes? Not right now, but they've been coming over all day. The homeowner, the maintenance guy's wife, she stayed home and she was with us the whole day, and she ended up making us BLT sandwiches. So good to have a proper meal. We sat down, took a break, had lunch together. It was really great. And then after that long hot day in the attic space, Trevor and I had an emergency service call at the liquor store, which is about an hour drive from here. It's like the furthest client that we have, and they had an emergency. Their walk-in beer cooler was not cooling, and we're having a bit of a heat wave this weekend, and they're really highly valued clients because we work at so many of their locations. So when they call us for an emergency, we pretty much run to them. So unfortunately, we made the drive, the hour-long drive, got there, and then found out that it was an electrical problem and not a refrigeration problem. This one's got a sunset.
A plus music, B minus behavior. Can you brush that coil off?
Yes, I will for sure. But there's no power?
No.
I'm gonna go put some more keys inside.
Walking cooler.
All right, well, this call is actually pretty sucky because they need an electrician, not an HVAC refrigeration person. So that sucks. They need someone to go in there. That was a long, long drive. So unfortunately, they had to get an electrician to come out the next morning because it was around 11 p.m. when we figured out that we weren't able to help them, unfortunately. So we were back home by midnight, which is way past my bedtime. But at least we tried to help them. Well, you guys, that's all the HVAC adventures I have for you this week. Sorry that I'm a little bit distracted this week. I started in my truck and now I'm in my living room and my dining room here, and I'm just a little bit distracted because I prefer to be in my truck where like it's my space. So I hope you still enjoyed this vlog.
And I look forward to bringing you more adventures next week. And I'm probably going to have to do these vlogs in my house for the next little while, because in the afternoons my phone just overheats immediately. It's pretty crazy how quickly it overheats, and then it just shuts down and it's like no more. But anyway, thank you so much for being here and for watching along, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Bye guys, happy summer. This week we went back to our packaging
What?
This week we went back to our packaging factory like every so often. This week we also looked, the LG ductless split systems down the interval. And I look forward to coming back next, and I will.
Nice. Cool. Fail.
Good job, you just broke it.
Yeah, cool.
I always have trouble with these grounds. Why do you have to be a dick?